Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to migrate data from SQL Server to MySQL using SSIS. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to migrate data from SQL Server to MySQL using SSIS. So this is our second video tutorial on MySQL migration. The last video I created on how to install MySQL. So without wasting further time, let's jump to the demo. I have SQL Server 2019 installed on my machine, and there is a table emails which contains 1000 records, and I want to migrate this table with 1000 records to the MySQL Server database. So I have installed this MySQL Server on my machine along with the workbench and the shell. So MySQL is free, and in my last video I created a blank database, test database, but right now this database doesn't contain any tables. So I want to migrate the emails table from SQL Server SSIS database to this particular database, test database. Okay. So this is our blank SSIS package that we will be using in today's video, and so far I have not written any code. And to migrate the data from SQL Server to MySQL, we will be using the ODBC drivers. So first of all, we need to download the ODBC drivers if already not installed. So let me just type download ODBC driver for MySQL. I can write like this, and then I can open the first site that got opened up. So this is the first website, dev.mysql.com, and I can click on download connectors ODBC. So there are two type of connectors, one for 32-bit and another one for 64-bit. So we need to actually install both of them, because SSIS can be executed either in 32-bit mode or in 64-bit mode. So I will prefer to download both of them. So just click on no thanks, just start my download. So this is the first one. Let me just install this. Click next. I accept the terms, next, and then typical install. So that should be installed on the machine. So this particular driver has been installed. Let me check which one I downloaded. So it was 64-bit. Okay. Now let me install the 32-bit as well. So just click on download. No thanks. And then install 32-bit as well. Next. I accept the terms, next, typical, next, install. Yes, so it's pretty straightforward. Finish. So I have downloaded both the 32-bit and 64-bit drivers on my machine, the ODBC drivers on MySQL Server. And now to migrate the data, we can just use Dataflow task, because Dataflow task is used to migrate the data from one source to another. So we can just double click on Dataflow task, and then to read the data from SQL Server, we can use the OLEDB source. So just drag and drop the OLEDB source into the Dataflow task, and then you can configure it. New. I already have a connection to the SSIS database, so I will select it, and then I can select the emails table from here, because I want to migrate all columns. There are just 4 columns, I think, to 5 columns. Click OK. So to insert the data into the MySQL, I can use the ADONet destination. So I can just drag and drop the ADONet destination, and then I can connect OLEDB source with the ADONet destination. Right click on ADONet destination, and we can configure it. So in the connection manager, I can click on new. Maybe I can just delete this connection that was already there, and I can click on new to create a new ODBC connection. Now from the provider type, I need to select ODBC data provider, click OK, and then under use connection string, I can click on this. I have already written this connection string, so I will share this connection string with you. So the driver is MySQL ODBC driver, server is localhost, database name is test under MySQL databases, and the default MySQL user is the root, and the password for MySQL server is MySQL123. So I can just copy this connection string, and I can paste the connection string here, and as soon as you will click on username, it will select the username from the connection string, and maybe you can type the password here, MySQL123, and if you click on test connection, so the test connection succeeded, click OK, OK, and you can click on OK. Now if you click on this one, so this will share the list of tables available in the MySQL database, test database, but right now it seems like there is no table available. So to create a new table, you can click on new, click OK. So you can copy this particular create table script and maybe paste it in some text editor. What we need to do, we need to first of all give a name to the table, so I will give email, and then we need to remove these double quotes, so I can replace it with a blank string. So I can click on replace all, so this got replaced, so this seems good. Now click OK, and you can paste it here and click OK. So the email table will be created on the MySQL server. So click on mapping, so the mapping seems good, click OK. Alright, there is one more thing that you can do. You can just right click and go to the properties of this particular connection string, and there is a property retain same connection, so you can just click on true. Okay, and in the control flow there is one more thing, that you can set a delay validation to true, so that all the validations will be done at the runtime. Now you can just start the execution of the SSIS package. Alright, so you can see that the package got failed. Actually, even I got the same issues when I was trying to migrate data from SQL Server to MySQL, and it took me a lot of time to identify and fix the issue, because it doesn't give you the exact issue, what is the issue. Okay, so I spent a lot of time, figuring this error. So if you see you have error in your SQL syntax, check the manual that correspond to MySQL. And it is saying like MySQL server version for the right syntax to use near ID, first name, last name, this one. So this is kind of error that it is giving. Okay, so now what we need to do for this one, this is the default settings at the MySQL server side that won't let you insert the data into the MySQL database unless until you do some kind of modifications to their configuration file. Okay, so now what we need to do is just stop the execution of the SSIS package. You need to go to the my.ini file under the MySQL server. So you can open the C drive, and in the C drives, if you go to the views and click on hidden files, so there is a program data. So just double click program data. Under program data there is a MySQL folder. Just right click on the MySQL and go to the properties and make sure that you have full access on this particular folder. If you don't have the full access, then you need to apply the access. So it's saying that you will need to provide administrator permissions. Click OK, click OK. Okay, and now if you go further, so there is a folder MySQL server 8.0, and under that folder there is a file my.ini. So you need to just open this particular file in a text editor, and if you check the settings here, so there is a setting SQL mode. So SQL mode is right now strict trans tables. What you can do, you can just comment out this particular line, and then I will share one line with you, this one. So you need to use this line instead of the existing line. So maybe I can just close this in a double quote, and I can copy this one. So I will share this line with you in the description of the video. In the my.ini file, you can just copy and paste this one, no engine substitution, and unc code, so that it can get rid of this particular error that we were getting in the migration. So you can just save this file. Yes, it needs to be opened up in a administrative mode. So I actually saved this one. Now what you need to do after doing the modification to the my.ini file, you need to restart the MySQL services. So if you open the services.msc, so there is a MySQL 80 service that is running. So you need to restart this service. So now it seems like the MySQL service has been restarted, and now we can just rerun the SSIS package. So you can see that now after making the changes to the my.ini file, the migration from SQL Server to MySQL is successful, and I'm planning to cut and upload a small video only for this particular error, so that if people are looking for the error, then they can actually find this video. So we can go back to the MySQL server, and if you refresh the tables, you will find an email table here, and if you right click and click on select top 1000 records, so I can just maybe minimize this one. So you can see that 1000 records has been inserted to the MySQL server database. Data seems good here. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.